No doubt you've spent hours and hours alone, whether that's running or biking or swimming. And in that alone time, what have you learnt about yourself?
Oh wow. Yeah, that's I reckon I run 1,000 races in a pretty tough one session, right? Like
Yeah.
um I think the biggest thing that, you know, it's taught me is the power of perseverance, the power of consistency, the power of the body. Yeah, I think being present where your feet are, it's a pretty short period of time that we get to do what we do. And I think when you think you're beaten, man, your body is just powerful beyond measure, right? And and I think we fear that.
Yeah.
I think we sometimes, as society, or I know I do, yeah, you get closer to a race and you start to question your training, you start to question types of sessions, you start to question, am I fit enough? You start to question if I belong, and that's actually quite healthy.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we fear that quite a lot, and then that then starts to run down about how we fear how fucking good we can be as an individual. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a great quote from a great movie. Like, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
Yeah. Not that we are inadequate, right? We are
Not that we're
powerful
inadequate,
beyond.
but that
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
powerful beyond measure. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it's true, man. Like, without those, oh, so going into August last year, like the training leading into Finland, um, the month of May last year, so 12 months ago, the month of May will forever stay with me.
Mm.
Like, March qualified, won. April, you're just in this like buzz of like, I'm going to the World Championships. Every training session, you're fucking firing,
Yeah.
like you feel good. And then the whole month of May. And at the time, I was working with Matt Kerr. He was
Yeah.
my coach. And I remember every fucking session in May, I just wanted to quit.
Oh
And there
no.
were sessions that I had to, I just worked myself up so much emotionally and mentally. I just couldn't complete those sessions. And the inadequacy that I felt in the month of May was just beyond anything I'd ever experienced before.
Mm.
Like, I'm not good enough to go to a World Championships. Like,
Mm.
who am I?
It's like a bit of
Um,
imposter syndrome.
Man, I think that's unfortunately the downside of Ironman. Like, it's such
Yeah.
an ego trip, right?
Yeah.
Like, you turn up on race day and there's guys wandering around with $30,000 bikes, and here's you rocking up with your $1,500 bike, and
Yeah.
you look at someone and you just like, you're an athlete. And
Yeah.
here's old Kiwi boy over here, like, you know, we're just coming off the back of winter, so I'm probably holding on to a little bit more, and like
Yeah.
your skin folds at like
Looking all
7%.
pale and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But man, that month of May, oh, it had hit me, and Matt was, Matt was pretty instrumental in getting me through that month of May. And it wasn't about dialing back the power on a bike session. It wasn't about dialing back on the run splits we were trying to achieve or anything like that. It was literally about learning and teaching yourself that at the end of that session, you're done.
Yeah.
It's not about that session anymore. It's about what's next. Everything that we did on the Monday was to benefit the Tuesday. The Tuesday was to benefit the Wednesday. The Wednesday was to benefit the Friday and the Saturday. Everything that we were doing and prescribing, and he was prescribing, had a purpose and it had a reason.